Well, hello, chickies, and welcome back. We are doing yet another read of JD's blog. This one is the personal blog post number 2, entitled Culture and Identity. This is from August 8th, 2019. And this one was the second year of AmeriCorps that I did, so it starts off by saying, "Greetings all." That's super warm and friendly. I'm entering into a year of service in a federal government-funded program, and as wonderful a program as it is, they do have an image to uphold. And so, as a part of my service requirements, I must turn all my social media to private. This post is my one last big hurrah for the school year, as there are some things that I would like to say before I'm forced to keep them locked away. One of the training exercises this program does is to ask their members to reflect on their cultural identity by choosing 5 external forces that make us who we are. My issue with this exercise is that I never seem to have an answer for it, neither this year nor the last time that I participated in the program. Most people's answers seem to revolve around their family, to whom I was never very close. After all, I moved away over 2,000 miles from my hometown a month after graduating high school. I always felt like a misfit, the oddball, both in family and church circles. I was never like anyone around me, and my thought process was always at odds with others. As a side note, and I did not put this in the blog post, but recently having the realization that I am autistic, it does explain away a lot of these things, and I'm much more at peace with it now than I was as a child. I admit that I no longer actively practice the religion that I was raised under, although I do still hold core beliefs. My family is very conservative, at least the previous generations are. I have no siblings, and also it follows no nieces or nephews. There are very few cousins in my family of my age, and we were never close, even growing up, because our parents rarely brought us around to each other. Once a year, family reunions were the most I saw of them. And I have no children to pass on my beliefs to either. Anyway, this to say that I know some of my cousins, as they grew up, were more liberal, and at least one from my generation has come out as LGBT, but I have not spoken to him since we were kids. I have another cousin, uncle, not really sure, anyway, of my mother's generation, who is also LGBT, although he lives 2,000 miles away in the other direction. Of my immediate familial circle, I am the only one. And although my mother and her sister are interested in our family genealogy, I seem to be the only one who is interested in actual genes and tracing our roots further back than America, or discovering and readopting our family's past traditions from when our ancestors were in Ireland, Germany, and wherever else I'm from. Also, as another side note, since the time that this blog was posted, I did do one of those DNA testing things, so that might be another post in the future, but I've not yet actually written it. To continue here, I rarely make work acquaintances, and even more rarely consider myself friends with anyone, particularly after they or I move on from unemployment. My higher education was at an online school, so I did not have peers to physically interact with to get the typical college experience. Additionally, although I do consider my gender and orientation placement on the spectrum of LGBT. I do not participate in what would think of stereotypically as the gay culture or community. My orientations in reality are not often accepted by others within the community, resulting in the phenomenon known as gatekeeping or oppression Olympics. I have never physically been to a pride celebration or an LGBT specific safe space or bar. I've been unable to naturally cultivate friendships with others on the spectrum. Another sidebar, since this has been written, I have had a couple of coworkers who identified in the same way as I, and we were able to make a connection, so progress. And I am not comfortable with the thought of purposely seeking out and adding someone to my group of friends simply because their romantic or sexual inclinations, as if they were some kind of LGBT resume booster and not a human being. I would be the first to admit that I am a loner. However, not interacting with the people around me and having no connection with them makes it hard to have any kind of culture, because culture is a mixture of the same beliefs, traditions, ideals, morals, language, religion, etc., that a group of people hold. If I do not identify with any of the groups of people around me, how could I share the culture? I could tell you my identity and who I am, but I could not tell you what group of people I belong with, who I share culture with, or who I am because of other people. I've always been just me, despite, not because of, my surroundings. Well, it's been real, chickens. For some reason I closed this off with I'll see you next July, and I think that's just because I had to go private for a year. So that would have been the school year from August to July. I will hopefully see you guys here on the video before July, so I'm not going to actually sign off with that. I will sign off with a goodbye though, and stay safe, and I'll see you next time.